asking all these questions, that's when the shit hit the fan. And as soon as they asked that question about, do you believe in gender equality? I don't know what it was talking about. Are genders equal or whatever you said? And then not Kevin Samuels, Chris stood up and said, I don't believe men and women are equal. Aren't they in the same fraternity? Aren't they in the same fraternity with the fraternity where they do the shimmying? Woo, that came out wrong, Chris. That came out wrong. You should have stuck with the line you've been saying all season. I believe that I should just protect, provide, and provide for a woman, and a woman shouldn't have to work. You should have stuck with that, because the minute when you said, I don't think men and women are equal, that's when Jessica broke out that look again. You ever notice Jessica's face when somebody says something she don't like? She crunched up her face. Woo! He walked into the lion's den. And we already know that Janelle is always waiting at the door of a lion's den. And the minute you step a toe into that lion's den, she gonna be all over you. Chris tried to clean up. First, he was trying to say women can't lead nothing. They can't even be a manager at a job. Woo, I don't know if there are any women working with Chris. But now you know what he thinks about you. You ain't no good manager, because he says you don't know how to manage because you're too emotional. Woo, Chris, you took it too far on that one, Chris. You took it too far. Like I said, you should have just stuck with you want to be the provider in your house. You shouldn't have taken it from the house to the working world, to the real world. That's what you should have done. You should have said you just want to be the leader in your house. You want to be the provider and the protector. But what you did was you took the conversation from your house, you took it out in the real world and started talking about, yeah, they can't even be no leaders at work in society, period. Woo, you took it from you wanted to be the leader in your house to saying now women aren't capable of leading nowhere in the whole society because they're too emotional. Oh, Lord have mercy. Chris, first of all, we was talking about you and saying you had a lot of emotion. We was talking about you and saying there was some situations when you had a lot of emotion, and now you talking about the women are too emotional. Chris, you losing me. I was halfway on your side. I've been halfway on your side. I was halfway on your side because I do believe you can run your house any way you want to. But the problem I had with you this week, Chris, was you took it from your house, your bedroom, your four walls, and you done brought it out to society, and now you done told women they can't even be managers because they too emotional. But the rest of your femininity crew, they was over there quiet. Chris, Lee, Aries over there. Lee was like, I ain't saying nothing. Just keep rubbing my feet. Lee said, I ain't saying nothing because I want my levels of dating paid for. I want to be able to go on a trip and just show up with nothing and buy everything there, so I ain't talking. And Katarina was like, yeah. I ain't trying to be over here. I'm holding no man up. And here go Janelle over here taking up for her a man that's in 1 year of entrepreneurship, saying that's not going to make me masculine just because I'm going to be carrying all the weight. I guess she said, remember when she said, I want a man to be able to pick me up? The next man I date, I want him to be able to pick me up. She goes, if you can pick me up, I can pick up all these bills. I guess that's an exchange. There you go. That's the bargain. She goes, Quinton, I like your muscles because you can pick me up. And then what I'll do in exchange is I'll pick up all these bills. And Katarina says, I ain't doing neither. She says, I'm going to stay slim and trim so you can pick me up. And I ain't picking up none of these bills. Katarina said, I ain't going to gain all that weight. That way you can pick me up still. And then you can also pick up these bills too. Katarina said, you can pick me up and you can pick up these bills. But Chris went hard in on Jessica and said, Jessica, if she ain't careful, the way she likes to argue and the way she likes to be combative, she going to be over there like a woman with a 60-year-old woman with a bunch of cats running around. Woo, he went hard in on her. No wonder these IG streets is full of Janelle and Jessica talking bad about Chris. Because Chris gone in on these women. But even drunk Sierra had to agree with Chris. She said, oh, I agree with that. I don't want to pay no bills either. We know you don't want to pay no bills, Sierra. You want people buying you Birkin bags and you just want to be able to tell jokes all day long. And then Janelle came in twisting the Bible again. She came in there twisting the Bible again. You know, Janelle loved to twist the Bible to fit what she wanted to say. This time she came up with some Bible talking about I'm supposed to be a help me to the man. Got it, Janelle. I'm with you. And then she says God wouldn't send me unless I could carry equal weight. I don't know, Janelle. I don't think that's in the Bible. I think you done added an addendum to the Bible. You done made the Bible. Janelle like to make the Bible fit whatever it is she want to do. Janelle just want to be able to justify how she don't have no problem paying all the bills with Quinton. Janelle, just say it. You don't have to say the Bible said it. Just like Janelle's talking about the Bible says she can't do yoga. The Bible says she can't do step class. The Bible says she can't do nothing. Now all of a sudden she says, but the Bible do say I can lift a man. The Bible do say I can carry a man with all my weight. Girl, the Bible don't say that. Girl, you doing too much. Katarina said, no, that's not me. I don't believe in that. I ain't carrying no man. I ain't carrying no weight of no man. Woo, this exchange was funny. And that's when the sailor came out. That's when the sailor mouth came out and Janelle was letting it rip. Katarina said, you got a nasty attitude and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of your nasty attitude. I'm glad that Katarina got up and walked away. She got in her jab. She got in her jabs, but I was glad she got in and walked away. Because let me tell you, Janelle wasn't going to stop. Janelle wasn't going to stop because in Janelle's eyes, she had Katarina right where she likes to fight, down in the mud. Janelle liked to get down in the mud. She may not like to exercise, but she liked to roll around in the mud. She was talking about MFing and I'm the bee that's here right now and you're going to have to deal with me and this and that. Janelle is a ghetto. And they really missed it. Because all of a sudden, it was a fight about what Chris said. Chris was the one that said the little crazy stuff talking about women can't lead even in the work world. Chris was the one that said the whole crazy thing. But that next thing you know, instead of Janelle getting on Chris, she's up there fighting Katarina. She over there fighting Katarina. She only fighting Katarina because she's still mad that Katarina was pushing up on her man. She was waiting for Katarina to open up her mouth. Because if she really wanted to fight, she should have been fighting Chris because Chris was the one that said it. So next thing you know, Chris is all off the hook for what he said. Nobody's even talking to him no more. And now we got Janelle going in on Katarina and Janelle going back and forth. Why you let Chris off the hook? Then you got Lion Maurier jumping in with his belly. He tried to break it up with his belly. He put his belly in between the two of them and says, oh, I hate to see these two women fighting, especially with two women who are my connections. What? Maurier, Janelle ain't no connection and neither is Katarina. What the hell are you talking about? Another lie. I don't know. Who does Maurier think he is? It is so ridiculous to watch. Like I said, you got Sierra here talking about this done turned into VH1. No, it's done turned into Comedy Central. It has turned into Comedy Central when you got Maurier breaking up fights with his belly and then talking about, I hate to see this fight between two of my connections. So is everybody a connection for Maurier? Janelle, Jessica, Sierra, now Katarina too. Maurier, don't nobody want you. Nobody wants you. Sierra says she want a man. She want to marry. She want to be a family. I know she does. I can see it in Sierra's heart that she really does want it. She's just going about the whole wrong way. Sierra, you need to not go buy no Birkin bags. You need to spend that money on a dating coach. You need a dating coach, girl, because what you want and what you're doing and delivering, it don't add up. It doesn't add up. Ain't nobody buying what you buying. You talking about you want to open up, you want to be vulnerable, but all you do is tell jokes. Ain't no man want no comedian. No man wants to be a comedian. They can turn on Netflix and watch Chris Rock if they want to laugh. They do not want this from a woman. She uses jokes to cover up her real insecurities. She need to go lay on the couch and figure out what her real insecurities are. I hope all these people go on Kojo because Kojo gonna ask the deep questions. I want to know who these real people are. I'm gonna need them to go on Kojo's channel because Kojo asks the real questions on these exit interviews. I don't want to hear no more interviews about surface level stuff. I don't want to hear no more interviews about surface level stuff. I want to hear some interviews about what's really going on. And I need to know what's going on with Sierra because Sierra hides behind jokes. She really don't want us to know who she is. We need to talk about it, Sierra. Mario says she's too much of a homie vibe. It's too much of a homie vibe. And he said, when I get up at 11:30 or 12 o'clock, I don't want to just hang out with my homie. He said, when I'm laying in the bed eating chicken wings and chicken drumsticks and hamburgers with no cheese on it, I want to be laying next to a woman I think is sexy. I don't want to be laying next to no woman who's my homie. He told Jessica this is her race to lose. Woo, Jessica, did you hear that, Jessica? Mario told you this is your race to lose. Mario has said, if you want me, you better come for me, girl, because it's going to be your race to lose. He said, let me go on out here and do some jump rope with Quinton and act like I jump rope every single day. I know Mario don't jump rope every single day. You know why? Because jump rope is actually very hard to do. It's a lot. You would lose weight if you jump rope. And if Mario lost some jump, if Mario jump roped as much as he's trying to make us believe he do, there's no way he'd have that big old belly. Absolutely not. Stop lying to us, Mario. Stop lying to us, Mario. Stop lying to us. Chris and Kat had another little moment. They was bonding over their little African culture or whatever there. But Chris ain't interested in Kat. I think she's too tall. I think maybe she's too tall for him. I don't think, I think they vibe. I think they get along. I think they have some things in common. But I don't think, I'm not for sure Chris is looking at Katarina in that way. Well, when it was finally for this elimination round, when it was finally time for them to tell a woman, they chose Mario again, the messiest of them all. He lines up his two connections, Sierra and Jessica. He lines them up and tells Jessica, some of the men think you too combative. Messy Mario, he told his connection to his face, some of the men, I think you too combative. He didn't put no sugar on it, nothing. And when they told Jessica, oh, she's too combative, what did Jessica do? She came back combative. She said, what did you not gonna do? That's what I'm saying, Jessica. I don't think Jessica sees it. When someone says you're combative, do you think that your approach should be combative? When someone says you combative and then your response to being called combative, I don't think it should be combative. There's a way you could respond to someone calling you combative, but not make it combative. So when they said you combative, what Jessica said is what you not gonna do. First of all, that's combative. All she had to do was say, I don't believe that I'm combative. And if that's their opinion of me, that's too bad, but I don't think that I'm combative. That's a way that you can refute a claim, but not be combative when you do it. She says you're heinous, you rude, and you malicious. I'm telling you, Jessica, your delivery is all wrong, girl. You need a new delivery on your thoughts. Your thoughts may not always be wrong. Your thoughts may not always be bad. But your delivery of your thoughts, that's where the problem is. Jessica's so stuck that she thinks people wants to change who she is. Nobody's trying to change the essence of you. Just like she says, I don't want to talk sweet to no man just to talk sweet. Jessica is stubborn. She's stubborn. And that stubbornness rises up out of her so soon. And what she's not getting is no one is talking about that she's a bad person to her core. We're talking about the way that she expresses her emotions and her feelings. That's what needs to work. We're not trying to change her thoughts. We're not trying to change the way she thinks. We're trying to change the way she delivers any message she has to give. That is what Chris was saying. He never said she couldn't talk. He just said, I would like the way for you to change the way you say things to me. And she had a problem with it. And here, even when Mario said to her, some of the men think you're combative, she came back and said, what you not gonna do? Girl, what them friends from last week, come get Jessica, come get your girl, take her on a retreat and make her see this point I'm trying to say. Because I really don't want Jessica to be a 60-year-old woman with a bunch of cats. Because I'm going to tell you, what Chris said, although it was rude, it was mean, it's not too far from the truth. It really isn't. It's not too far from the truth. And if she ends up being a 60-year-old woman surrounded by cats or dogs, it's not going to be no fault but her own. It's going to not be anybody's fault but her own, because she's a pretty woman. She's smart. She's intelligent. She's got a lot of things going for her. But if she lets this stubbornness of hers drag her down and put her down in the ground, it's not going to be nobody's fault but hers, because people have told her. Like I said, people aren't where they are because no one's ever told you. People are where you are because you didn't want to listen to nobody. There's lots of people who come around in your life to give you good advice and tell you that maybe you're not moving in the way you should, but you ignore it. You ignore it. So when I see people later on in life where they are, I don't have no empathy and sympathy for them, because you know what I know? I know that over the course of 50 years, 60 years, someone's come and told you, Someone has come and told you. So here is Jessica at her young age of 30 something. People have told her, I'm telling her, the men have told her, people have told her down in these comments. If she ends up being the 50 or 60-year-old woman who has disregarded what everybody has told her, that's her fault. That's her fault. If she wants to be stubborn to the day that she dies, that's going to be her fault. But I hope that's not where it ends. I hope that's not where it ends. But let me tell you, this episode was so funny to me. It was ready to love. It was ready to fight. Like Sierra said, it was VH1. It was Comedy Central. It was a bunch of things. But anyway, I hope y'all stuck with me to the end. If you stuck with me to the end, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. Holler at me down in the comments. Let me know what you think. I appreciate you sticking with me to the end because I know this was a long video. Maybe I'll break it up and do little snippets along the way. But that's it, y'all. I'll talk to you later. Bye.